streaming. See if it comes up.
Right. I guess I got to clean my act up a little bit.
Okay. Looks like we're on.
Oh, well, fantastic.
We're on. Hey, Charlie, this is Crypto. Charlie, how the hell are you?
I don't know. I'll let somebody else make that decision. I'm done trying to figure that crap out. I just don't know. Whatever you say is fine by me.
Yeah. Well, we've been struggling here for a few minutes to get this thing up and going, but I think we finally got it. Hey, so, I contacted you a few weeks ago, and we used to be roommates, and we hung out together a lot, and we've but one thing we've never done to be able to do together is make money. So.
Is that ever true?
Yeah, we've never really been able to make money together. So this whole crypto thing, it looks like it's a wild, wild west, and people are making money on it, and people are, going crazy about it. So I introduced you to it a little bit, I think, didn't I? Then I called you up and said, "Hey, this is crazy."
You did. This was at least 2 months ago. 2 months ago that you began to get me introduced me to this. And to be quite honest with you, I was, and I still am skeptical, but I was highly skeptical at the time that you first introduced me to this technology, because I couldn't figure out what it did or where the value came from. And I'm still not sure of it as of now, but I do know that people have made an enormous amount of money and unfortunately have lost a lot of money. So we're at the point where we're still exploring the capacity for this thing to be a legitimate source of investment for people. And I've appreciated the fact that you brought me on. I've done a little bit of my own study.
Shit. Hold on. The streaming here must be horrible, because I can't keep the stream going.
Do you think it's your Wi-Fi signal?
Well, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm plugged directly into it, so I'm trying to figure out what. Says the streaming health is red. Says bad, potentially serious viewing issues. So which means that I don't have a lot of bandwidth happening right now, which I don't know why.
Who's your carrier?
Don't
tell me
Cox. Cox.
Cox? Well, I don't know Cox. But
I think what it is, it's and I have business speed too. I have like screaming speed right now. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. We're having the same issues up here with Wi-Fi with our CenturyLink. I know that they're messing with the speed.
Yeah.
Because I just know that they are, because something's going on here.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well, looks like we're back on.
Okay.
Looks like we're back on. Okay, streaming health, green. Good. Okay, so, yeah, anyway, so I brought you into this, and I thought that would be kind of cool to talk with you and get your thoughts on what you think that's happening in the whole world of crypto, and see what you thought about it, and if it's something that, since you've got a little bit of background in finance and what you thought about it.
Well, I think one of the things we have to look at it is to break down the terms, crypto and currency. Crypto is basically a cryptology. It's a sort of a technology that creates codes, sort of spy codes or the kinds of things that you need to basically hide stuff from the enemy, so to speak. Currency is the word basically connotes the idea of being able to trade using paper or using a denomination to trade goods and services between other people or whatever wherever it is. Think of currency, the dollar is the currency. It actually moves between people and nations.
Yeah.
So you put them together, and you're basically saying that this technology, these mathematical algorithms and formulas, are going to be used as a way to trade services and goods between people and, I guess, nations eventually. Okay. I just find it, like I said, it's brand new. It's a mystery to most people. I'll have to admit that it truly is a mystery. And before people can trade, they have to know so much more about it and about the economy in general before they, I think, can feel comfortable using it.
Yeah. Well, I think that right now it's a toy for a lot of people where they're getting into it and they're going, oh, look at this. I can make money just bouncing money around, and I can buy a coin and I'm going to get rich on it, because they saw that how Bitcoin went from 5 cents a few years ago to $20,000 almost overnight, and settled back down in the 10,000 area. And people are thinking that, hey, this is something I could jump on now. And I think some of the people that think they're smart in the financial world, the Warren Buffetts and everything, they're saying, "Oh, this is not real." But I don't think they've really looked into it enough to find out if it's real. There's obviously a lot of scams out there. BitConnect was one of the things that people were jumping on, and I think it's been around for a while, and people made a ton of money on it, and there were people pumping it to keep it going, and they were making money on their downstream, and it was a pyramid scheme and a Ponzi scheme, and now it's collapsed, and the coin has gone from $400 a coin down to I think it was at $13 today when I looked at it. And when I jumped into it a few weeks ago, I put a few dollars into Ripple. I was watching this guy on YouTube, and he was bragging about Ripple, and it was that at the time that I watched it, he said it was at 25 cents, and I went and looked, and it was at 75 cents, and I'm like, oh my God. So I went and bought, I think I bought about $500 worth of Ripple at that time, and within 3 days, that 75 cents went to $3.75. And
wow.
Yeah. And it was crazy. And I was like, wow, this is easy.
Well, the thing is, I'm old enough to, I know it's quite easy.
This is easy.
And that's the problem is that,
and then it fell down. Then it fell like a lead balloon, down to, where it started. And, when everyone was throwing out the word called correction. And to me, it just sounded like I just lost I was lucky enough to jump out at 350. I think I jumped out at 350, and then it just kept going down and down and down and down and down. And then it bounced around underneath $1 for a while. I think right now it's like a $1.50, dollar. I'm looking on here right now, $1.36. I think today, right now, $1.37 at this very minute. Today's high. Today's high was looks like today's high was about $1.42. Right now we're $1.35. Earlier today it was down to $1.32. So,
well, you got to think of, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention. Is the fact that I'm old enough to remember the property, the real estate mania that took place in the late 80s, early 90s. I was also, of age to remember when day trading became a huge popular way of making money back in the late 80s, early 90s. I've seen a lot of it and how they all fell apart relatively quickly.
Yeah.
How they came and they all promised that you were going to get rich, or at least be able to make money just doing this. But in all cases, it also has to be, there has to be a mechanism to make this kind of stuff volatile. And when you take a look at Bitcoin, and what I look at is investment.com, the website investment.com, and I look at real-time commodities. And it'll give you a screen that'll show you, most of the commodities like precious metals and platinum, all the way down to wheat and those kinds of commodities. But on the other side, it'll also tell you Bitcoin and the dollar, the value of the dollar, Bitcoin, NASDAQ, and all the financial markets. Take a look at Bitcoin futures. It's the Bitcoin futures. What you're really actually trading in is the futures market, which is basically a bet or a hedge as to where they think the value of that commodity is going to be. So whenever you have a futures market attached to something, whether it's Bitcoin, pork bellies or any other thing, it's basically a hedge. And a hedge is speculation. You're trying to do something that kind of alters the supply and demand, the basic mechanisms of supply and demand. there's nothing wrong with hedging. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying there's something bad about it or evil or pejorative. I'm simply saying that that's what it's attempted to try and do. So guys like you and me who would just take a look at a piece of property and say, oh, I think this is a good piece of property because I can figure out what its value is now, and I can get this kind of rent for it. Well, that's basically a fundamental analysis of what it is. I can't tell you. I can't invest in something else or put my money in something else that would kind of, if we do buy this piece of property, what's going to hedge it? What's going to keep it from, us from losing money, or at least limiting the amount of money we lose? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's what's happened with the Bitcoin. You've established this, and it's going to have volatility. And I think people need to understand that once you have this kind of mechanism there, expect volatility, because that's the only way you make money.
Yeah, I mean that's a way that people are kind of bouncing in and out of a coin, where they see a coin that's going up and down all day long, and they'll get in, and when it's a little bit low, and it'll gain a couple of bucks, and they'll jump out, and it'll drop a couple of bucks, and they'll get back in, and they make a couple $100 in about an hour or so. So
yeah, and the thing is this, hey Dean, I got to get going.
Okay.
Can we do this again later tonight or tomorrow morning?
Yeah,
or tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Give me a call tomorrow.
Yeah. Let's start establishing some way of being able to get an audience, and I think we'd be able to do it between the two of us.
Okay.
Okay, buddy.
Go, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
See you.
What the hell are you doing? Hell is this bullshit?
Baby.
What? Shh. Don't shush me. Whatever. So I have to ask you. I got into it with the doctor. He called me with an attitude. I said, first of all, lose your attitude. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you say?
He goes, well, how am I talking to you? I said, listen to your tone.
Oh, the guy that's all here? Or
Chris, he said that he gave you the instructions. He told you the saline rinse and Vaseline. I said, well, that's funny because I have on a text message. I said, my phone. I said, technology. Said Neosporin. I called today. They said polysporin, Neosporin. Now you're telling me Vaseline. I said, I'm not a medical doctor, but Vaseline, polysporin, and Neosporin, they'll in the lubricating, lubricating, whatever I said. I said, but Vaseline is different from Neosporin and polysporin. Mm-hmm. Okay. I said, second of all, you didn't give any instructions. I did. I gave them to your husband.
No, you didn't. We walked out of there empty-handed.
Exactly. Then he goes, well, if it was more complicated, I would have given him written instructions. I said, first of all, hold on, this is what I said.
Oh my God.
No, hold on. I said, so let me get this. So I said, who are you to deem what somebody's going to absorb, retain, and remember, and know? I said, what you're supposed to do is give written instructions for aftercare. Okay?
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I said, you know what your problem is? You think that everybody's a patient and they don't know anything? I said, you don't know what I do for a living. Around is what my education is. Okay? I said, I know by law you should have given my husband a written form of instructions. Okay? I said, that's beside the point.
And wasn't there a prescription that they were supposed to send me to pay that?